Alright, so going back to the track, to staying here. I have used for the strings. This is the Solina, is from Arturia also. Beautiful strings in it. And pads. They have this analog kind of feel. I like it a lot. Okay, so see how beautiful it looks. And of course you can open it and adjust the settings there. But it's very, I don't know, it's pretty alive when you play it. And this is basically a preset which is from the factory presets. And as you can see here, you have different options for instruments. You have the viola, violin. It's basically, yeah, they're in a way, yeah, what you would hear in classical music. It's very interesting. So you can enhance the sound by adding all these different parts of the texture. It's super interesting the way they did it. I don't know the original instrument because it looks like this is something physical also. But yeah, imagine how this would have sounded, or is sounding from the real analog stuff. Anyway, this is pretty impressive and I love to work with it. Again, it's pretty heavy on the CPU. And I'll go through all these clips that I created here. So that's the Solina going in the background there. So here at the beginning, actually the notes are also, not the notes, but they're not long notes in this clip, as you can see. Yeah, so it goes off kick, off beat, and you get this bouncy feeling. Which I like, and then of course it goes into the chords, but then again with the notes off kick. And what it does here, basically, I start off with really chill, relax intro, and then I build that into well, when the next phrase comes, then the chords are playing, so then it becomes a bit more full, more rich. Yeah, so basically in this part, then the strings, the pad becomes a bit more rich because of the chords, of course. And then I have here like I take them out because this is the drop, and I want to have the drop a bit more clean, like I did with the other elements that you see here above. So by removing stuff, of course, cleans up a bit more the spectrum, and then I let shine through the other elements. And then again, I start with the strings. So this is to prepare for the break, basically bringing in the harmony, you know, like in the background, and make it a bit louder, and then you create this kind of a floaty vibe, and then it goes into the, let me show you, and then it goes into the break. But then it's one octave higher. I mean, the interesting part is that it goes nicely with the whole melody. That, I mean, yeah, for me, if I don't see the elements and if I would not know how they were put together, I would not even feel it or recognize it in an instant, because yeah, it just flows so good. I would have to listen like really careful. So the pads are coming in here. Basically, when you put octave higher for the pads, then you create a bit more space. So it's basically about that. Because here they are low. And in a way, the pads are falling into their respective spectrum, or place into the spectrum, the frequency. It just creates more space. It doesn't occupy the lower band anymore. And of course, you can fill it up with other elements. And well, I have this one here. And then of course is this other melody on top. You see, it's a bit lower than the pads. So then they are blending in together in a harmonious way without conflicting with each other. And yeah, let's hear how the pads actually evolve. I'll play it from here, from the beginning of the break. So if you notice, the fullness of the pads have been, so the pads become thinner because of the notes that I'm playing in this yellow clip. And the first 2-3 notes, they're single notes, and then goes into a double notes. So it's like the first and then the third. Yeah, it doesn't always follow the same. So here I basically removed the middle note from the chord. It's just really what I felt it sounded nice for me. And in a way, it also builds up with the pads as well, as you can see, because it goes from one note to 2 notes, and then notes on the last part here, the last beat. Basically, it is playing a whole chord, and then so here looks like a bit of a mess, but actually it makes sense. Let me play this for you. So basically what you see in this green clip, it's a combination between the main melody, the one which sits here on top, yeah, this one, and also of this one here, from Omnisphere 3. Yeah, this is the fluty-like instrument. So here are played the combination of that, and then some notes are moved around. But I really liked how it sounded with these imperfections, really. As you can see, notes are not exactly starting on the one, and here at the beginning, even look, these two notes, actually they do not play, and also that one doesn't play. So there pretty much it builds up, and then here I only play the root note, and then one octave higher. Of course, these are again the notes, the root notes from the chord progressions. So okay, and here in the second part, basically, I don't want to have the pads too complicated, because here is more about the energy, and also the focus should be on the main melody, which is again this one here. And of course leaving the focus on the other things, but then again having something in the background like this, it really helps to have that floaty feeling, you know, it just becomes a bit more full in the background. And actually already the main melody has a lot of well, delay, reverb, so it already creates some harmonic trace, which, yeah, sounds a bit pad-like. But then with these pads, it complements nicely. And then we go into the second, not the second, actually the last part of the pads, and again, this is really interesting. This is again, well, it's a combination of what it was played earlier, but the notes are going a bit different. And the way I made them like this is also to reflect the harmony of the vocal. And here at the end, basically the reason why I've done it like this, at the end, I close with the pads, so I'm not closing with a loop. But the reason why I made it like this, I made it from two reasons actually. So one of them is to be able to close with this track, because then you have the pads at the end, and then you can close a set or the night. And the other reason is for having a trace of harmony, melody, while I come in with another track and maybe, you know, some percussive element, or, you know, just the hi-hats or the drums, kicks, you know, whatever. Something that I always wanted to make in my tracks, but I'm a bit scared. I was a bit scared because a lot of people they stay away from playing tracks like this because, yeah, of the harmonic interference that could happen if the following track is not in key. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, these are the strings, and I mean they're pretty simple in a way. It just follows the main chord progression, of course, with different changes here and there, and most importantly is this playfulness, basically on the octave, going one octave higher or lower, and then also at the beginning, you know, this the rhythm of the pads is off kick to make it a bit bouncy and more interesting, you know, moving a bit, and then towards the end it's a bit more stable. It's like long notes, just like a pad would normally be, and you get a bit more of this floaty, dreamy feeling. All right, thank you for watching. Hope you found this interesting, and I'll see you tomorrow at 3 p.m. Central European Time. Ciao.